cloudy Wednesday. Y'all, I'm just not in the mood, y'all. It's not been the best day for me. It was going alright, and then I had to do a 3-hour long. Like usually I get off Wednesdays at 3 o'clock, but I didn't realize I scheduled a professional development course from 1:30 to 4:30. And holy crap, dude, professional development courses are so like waste of my time. Like this one was about cultural competence. I'm like, yes, like obviously yes, I understand what this like. You don't have to spend 3 hours telling people to have empathy. Like that's fucking nuts. But so that happened, and then I think I was just like upset throughout the day because like, dude, there's always like it's back to politics, right? There's always like like you just see some political. Oh, I guess another agency got shut down, or you know. And I work in academia, and so we, you know, a lot of research has been cut. A lot of fund and you know, national like the NIH funding, shit like that. And like I'm just watching people like around me like lose their jobs. It's like, okay, that's awesome. So that, and then I just like, you know, and like people in my life are like, you know, feel very unsafe right now. A lot of people in my life feel very unsafe for a good reason, and it's just hard. It's hard to deal with. It's hard to deal with because we're 2 months into a 4-year fucking journey of bullshit. So yeah, it's just been kind of hard, and like, well, I don't know. And like when you got family members that are like that you can't really talk to because you have nothing, like there's nothing to speak about. Like what is there to speak about? We have nothing in common. Like there's no common ground. The only thing that relates us is blood, right? Like what am I gonna speak to the people about? Especially when I know that they're like, you know, for someone that's against social rights or like social issues, right? And that's like, you know, spent like however hundreds of $1,000s on like anti-trans propaganda and stuff, like anti-trans commercials or whatever. Like it's like what am I going to speak to that person about? In what way do I have anything to speak to that person about? So I called my mom just now, and I kind of just went off, not on her, but just like over my frustration in general with like my other family members. Are just like, you know, and all she could say to me is pray, which makes me really upset. You know, like I might start crying. Like that's like it's upsetting because it's like really that's all you can do is pray. There's not, what is the proletariat gonna do when the bourgeoisie is coming in, and it's one of the most fucking wealthy bourgeoisies we've ever seen in our life. Like, what are we gonna do? Just pray that it's over, and just everyone's just trying to survive, right? And it's like so hard to watch some of your family members go from like normal people to like red-pilled, like anti-woke, like saying shit like that. It's like, what does that even mean? What do you mean by the word woke? Like it's just like shit like that. Like watching a family member go from normal to like a full-on like echo chamber psyop. Like it's very difficult. And it's like talking to my mom about it. I don't want her to question things and be like, you know, question our family members and stuff like that, or just make her. I don't want her to really have to think about this stuff. But I had no one else to tell it to, and like. And she's so saddened by it as well. And it's like, I know I talked about in that other video that like, you know, the point of politics is to be divisive and to get people upset and to divide, you know, families apart and stuff like that. But then it's at the same time like, even, yeah, they're doing a great job at it, but at the same time like the only people that would like follow like a certain person would be like, you know, at some point you have to snap out of it and be like, what am I doing? But I don't know. It's just I don't know. I just have like nothing to say. I have nothing to say. It's just like families getting torn up. You know, families all around here. Okay. are getting torn apart. Like, people are losing loved ones to this fucking psyop left and right. It's like your normal family members have turned into like Looney Tunes grand conspiracy theorists who are like thinking that billionaires are their best friends. Like, that's like the type of shit. Like, it's like, how do you even get to that point? It's really hard, and it's like, I know the what I'm supposed to do. I guess there's not really a should could. It's just what I'm doing now is just like trying to feel this out. But what obviously you have to have forgiveness for these people, or just like be like, I'm sorry. Just me apologizing to these people in my family, not because like I've done anything wrong. Well, maybe yeah, because I'm like not being curious about them anymore. I've like shut down my curiosity part of my brain. I don't care anymore. I have nothing to speak to these people about, and I feel like that's just not a good place to be in. And there's some work I can do, But it's really hard. Like all the time, people. You don't really think about these things, or like people don't really care about politics until it affects them, right? And it's like I didn't really give a fuck until like people in my life are being like targeted or harmed, And it's like that. It's like what happened. This is like in North Carolina when that big hurricane hit. There's all these a bunch of TikToks or people saying like, this is how it's gonna be. Like, this is what climate change is gonna look like. It's gonna be watching other people like randomly get hit by natural disaster, and then being like, trying to like tuck it away in your mind for a while. They keep talking, oh, that's so sorry that happened to them. It's so sorry it happened to them. And then then no one's going out there to go help these people or whatever. And then it's finally gonna happen to you, and you're gonna be like, why is there no one helping me? And that's how I feel about like. That's how I feel about these politics, man. It's like, it's not affecting me. It's not affecting me. But the truth is, it's always affecting someone. And whether you like, it's like it's your duty as a fellow citizen and a human being to understand the negative impacts that policies and things have on people. But then it's like we're at a point where nobody can afford shit. My generation can't afford housing. Like, nobody can afford a fucking single thing, right? And then I could say like, well, okay, well, I'm like in a privileged position because my family put me in a position, so like I don't have to worry about this stuff. Like, I just have to worry about like me, myself, and my significant other, whoever else comes into my life, and I just have to like get bread, get that bread for myself and kind of make a life for myself. But like, if everyone's thinking that and everyone's just being an individual, like how are we ever gonna come together and like change the system, right? Like, how if everyone's just kind of like, there's not like, it's like capitalism is just one. Like, it's just like the most genius system ever. Like, it's one. Like, you have no time to like, especially when they start pulling, when they're pressing on price gouging and inflation. When people start to like are starting to riot a little bit, and they're just like actually like all of a sudden fucking eggs are $9, whatever. It's like, okay, well now how are people gonna riot? How are people gonna protest? How are you gonna go on strike when you can't afford to live and you have family to take care of? Like, and that the minimum wage is $7.25. Like, that's fucking nuts, bro. It's just unlivable. And I know I'm just being really like I'm just thinking about like negative things right now. But it's like true. It's just like the place we live in, right? Like, there's a lot of beauty to it, but slowly but surely, I think the people in power are ripping away that beauty of life. Like, we have so much advanced technology. Like, I don't know, like, and that whole thing where like Elon Musk, a couple of years ago was like, give me like, tell me how much it would actually cost to, like how much money would it cost to end world hunger? And like, I forgot which agency did it, but they ran the numbers and they gave him the report. And he was like, nah, actually I'm just gonna go buy Twitter instead. Like, and it was like, Twitter was like whatever, 40 billion, and ending hunger was like 6 billion or something like that. It was like something like that would have been, whether or not it would have happened or not, because logistically, obviously, that's like so hard to do, because you have to then rely on people, and you have to like build this whole distribution it's difficult work. But it's like, isn't that what you're supposed to do when you get money, is help people? Like, is that not what you're supposed to do when you get money? Like, what communities is this guy helping, bro? Oh, he's helping the, you know. Anyway, I'm just gonna stop there. I don't want to get into it. Well, I've been getting into it, but yeah, man, I'm just kind of digged down. And it's also rainy and gloomy, and at least my girlfriend, she just gave me a Tupperware for dinner. I just ate it. It was like a Mediterranean bowl. I will say too, though, that I played Spiritfarer yesterday and it was like amazing. Like, I fell in love with the game. I think I'm gonna have a second. I'm gonna do what Jam did and have like another channel where I just do my gaming, or I would just post everything here. But I have like the first hour playthrough done. It was super fun. I'm in love with the game. I feel like Luffy, but like in a cooler way. But you guys see that? The reason I'm coughing so much is like I have so much anxiety in my throat right now. I mean, even just like acknowledging it just makes it worse. Like, it's just like I'm getting crushed. Man, at least like people are gone from my work. They're all in a conference, so it's just gonna be me and one other person for Thursday, Friday. I'm trying to plan like Julianne's birthday is on the 3rd, March 3rd, so like next weekend I want to take us to like I want to go take us on a trip or something like that, like a weekend getaway. Maybe to like Amelia Island or like Tampa or like Siesta Key or something like that, but I don't know. I'm kind of just really sad. And I realized like today, like I was on a walk, I'm just so mad, and I'm like, yeah, that's okay though. Like, I don't need a rush to ground myself to feel better. Like, just because you're feeling an emotion doesn't mean you're like ungrounded. I mean, my nervous system was definitely like non-regulated right now because my throat's like, I'm so nauseous, but like, it's okay that I'm upset. I mean, upsetting things have happened today. Anyways, I might keep this one a little short. Alright, guys. Girls, gays, queer. They, them, non-binary. These are. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a beautiful rest of your Wednesday. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.